It was 1861, and Lone Bear was leading Eagle Plume on his first ever hunt. He paused and told Eagle Plume the rules. Once he saw the bison herd, he needed to wait until someone older signaled. And when it came time, to kill only what his horses could carry. Lone Bear advanced, then beckoned, and suddenly they were off. Eagle Plume and Lone Bear were Kiowa, which was one of the several indigenous groups that lived on the Great Plains. In the mid-1700s, many plains nations were using horses to hunt the area's plentiful bison, North America's largest land mammals. They survived on bison meat, made the bison summer hide into lodges and the winter coats into blankets, and used bison bones and horns for tools and sinews as thread. But in the decades to come, millions of bison will be slaughtered, and plains society's survival and culture is fundamentally and deliberately threatened. After the American Civil War, thousands of U.S. settlers began occupying the plains, intent on exploiting its natural resources. During the 1860s, Plains Nation pushed back against the U.S. military. William Sherman resented the Army's defeats. His ruthless military tactics and recently helped end the American Civil War. In 1869, he was appointed the U.S. Army's commanding general. Now he focused on what he calls the Indian problem. U.S. government officials were determined to force Native American people in designated area they called reservations. This way, they could control indigenous people while U.S. settlers and companies profited off their land. Sherman pledged to stay out west, in his word, till the Indians are all killed and take the country where they can be watched. Meanwhile, the demand for leather, like the kind used for belting to connect industrial machinery, boomed. To meet the demand, U.S. hunters armed with rifles killed bison all across the plains. Sherman and other military officials realized they could meet the goal passively by letting this lurching industry economy run unchecked. The idea was, if hunters depleted bison, plains indigenous people would be starved into submission. One U.S. colonel told a visiting British lieutenant, "Kill every buffalo you can. Every buffalo dead is an Indian gone." The U.S. military refused to enforce treaties that bought civilian hunters from tribal territory, if sometimes provided hunters with protection and ammunition. Many hired hunters killed 50 bison a day. During the 2-month span in 1876, one hunter killed 5,855 bison. The near constant firing of his rifle, leaving him deaf in 1 year. Some of the bison hunters shot wandered away and died. Commonly, the hunters would only retrieve the bison hide tongues, leaving the rest to rot. Inexperienced skinners destroyed hides as they flayed them, and the bison carcasses that were left were torn to pieces by other animals. So hunters began lacing bison meat with poison, so they could also collect wolf pelts. Native American people protested, and humanitarian and animal rights groups tried to intervene as the bison population plummeted. Legislation that would make bison hunting illegal in federal territories even passed Congress in 1874, but the U.S. president vetoed it. After all, the sorted strategy was working. Many plains nations faced starvation and were being forced onto reservations. Back in 1800, tens of millions of bison swept the Great Plains. By 1900, there were fewer than 1,000 in existence. Some wealthy U.S. citizens created bison preserves, which helped save the species. But the preserves function mainly as tourist attractions, and some of them covered even more land of Native American reservations. As of 2021, the bison population had grown to around 500,000. A vast majority live on private ranches. In recent years, plain stations have even introduced some 20,000 bison to tribal lands. They aim to heal and restore the relationship that was frequently attacked during the bison slaughter.